I've been putting off making this video for a very long time now. I never knew when would be the right time to make this video, because I know that this is a video that requires heavy care and dedication to it. I want to get this out of the way because I want y'all to know something that I've been through. I talked about it briefly in an earlier video that I made, and I think now it's time for y'all to hear the full story because I think you deserve to hear it. I just want to be heard. I just want to be heard. Everything that I've went through, I just want to be heard above all else. Before I begin, I want to say that there will be a trigger warning for the following things, which will be shown on screen. I'm going to put a trigger warning for certain things that will be on screen, just so you can know what you're getting into. I would really love it if you could spread this video around. I really doubt it'll do anything, but I want to be heard, because my mental health, my depression, it's getting really bad, and I want to get this over with. This is the most serious video I will ever make. No joking, nothing like that. It will also be a really long video. To make things easier, I'm probably going to split like this into chapters. Like, it's just going to be one giant video, but it will be split into chapters. So without further ado, allow me to begin talking about my experience in the ForSmash Twitter community. This all started back around September of 2019. I received Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for Christmas 2018, and throughout 2019 I would play it on a nearly daily basis. Around the time that this occurred, Banjo and Kazooie were the most recently released DLC fighters, and Terry was the next one that was gonna come out. So I was in my room playing the game on my Switch, and I'm just thinking about how insane it was that Banjo and Kazooie are in Smash. So I just started thinking about how there were so many of these gaming icons in Smash Bros. Like, you had Mario, you had Sonic, you had, Pac-Man, whatever, and now you have Banjo Kazooie added into the mix. And I just started to think about like how many gaming icons could be in Smash. Like, what other gaming icons could make it into Smash? And then eventually that spiraled down into me thinking of video game characters that they're iconic, however they are never going to be in Smash. The first two characters that I thought of were a Call of Duty character and a Grand Theft Auto character. Now, Call of Duty is a franchise that I never really cared about all that much. It's not really like my sort of thing. I mean, I don't really have anything against it. It's just not for me. I never played any of the games, so I don't really have any connection to it. However, Grand Theft Auto is a franchise that I hold near and dear to my heart. I made a video talking about how I got into it, but you don't have to watch it. I'm just going to give you a quick summary. In Christmas 2014, an older cousin of mine brought me GTA 4 for the PS3, and we used to play it a lot. However, I suppose he took it away, the game and the PS3, but in the summer of 2015, he got an Xbox One, and we went to my local GameStop, and we bought GTA 5 for the Xbox One, and we would play it all the time. The summer of 2015 was just us playing GTA 5. At the time, I had never played the 3D games in the series, Vice City and San Andreas and whatnot. I had only played 4 and 5. So that's important information to know. I have a lot of nostalgia for playing GTA 5, driving around Los Santos. I was always fascinated with how you could be able to just do whatever you want, wherever you wanted, So I started thinking, GTA would never be in Smash. That would never happen in a million years. But then I started thinking about it more. The first argument that I thought of was GTA is too mature to be in Smash. GTA is a notoriously violent game with a lot of adult content in it. It is definitely not a game for kids, and obviously it would never be in Smash Bros. However, I realized then that Snake is in Smash, and Metal Gear Solid is an M-rated gaming franchise. Same thing goes for Bayonetta and Joker. They originated from M-rated games as well. So I realized then that we already have characters from mature, violent games in Smash. I'll admit that I've never played these 3 games before, so I have no idea how mature they are in terms of how violent are they, when compared to like GTA, but I don't think it matters, honestly. An M-rated game is an M-rated game. It doesn't matter at all. Let's not have double standards. So that got me starting to think that, you know, maybe there is a small chance it could happen. It's unlikely, but it's not impossible. So I started working out an idea, a bit of an idea for how would a GTA character in Smash work. But that's the thing, it wasn't just one character. I envisioned that if a Grand Theft Auto character would be in Smash, it would be akin to the Dragon Quest heroes. You know how like each alt is like a different character, like you have one hero from one Dragon Quest game and then you have another one, you know, something similar to that. Every character, all 8 alts would just be different GTA protagonists. Claude from Grand Theft Auto 3, Tommy Vercetti from Grand Theft Auto Vice City, CJ or Carl Johnson from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Nico Bellic from Grand Theft Auto 4, Huang Li from Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, and finally Franklin Clinton, Michael DeSanta, and Trevor Phillips, all from Grand Theft Auto 5. As time went on, I started thinking about more and more ideas for, you know, what if a GTA character joined Smash, and I realized then that it could work, potentially. It's unlikely, but it's not impossible like I initially thought. And at the time as well, I wasn't interested in GTA. This reignited my interest in GTA again. Because before then, I just, you know, like, GTA was like, alright, it was cool, but I never, like, played it. You know, I said I had GTA 5 for the Xbox One. Yeah, it belonged to my cousin. It never belonged to me. It wasn't until like years later that I finally got my own copy of the game and I could start playing it all by myself. And so in October of 2019, I decided to do something. I had come across numerous accounts on Twitter dedicated to getting certain video game characters into Smash Bros. So you had, you know, like Rayman for Smash, Crash Bandicoot for Smash, Minecraft Steve for Smash, stuff like that. I'm not going to be listing any specific ones for obvious reasons. These are just like characters that are just general accounts. I'm not saying like anyone specifically. And so I decided to join in as well. I decided to start an account and spread the word out there, you know, to get GTA into Smash, or at least make more people aware of like having GTA in Smash, like more people become accepting of the idea. And so in October of 2019, the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate X Grand Theft Auto account was born, and I joined the ForSmash community. Now at first, my experience in this community was actually really good. I had a lot of fun interacting with the various characters, getting hyped for who could be next, who could be the final fighter for Fighter Pass 1, who could be like, who will be part of Fighter Pass 2, because we had 6 characters and we didn't know, like, we were excited. We did all kinds of like collaborations and whatnot, fan art and stuff made for our characters. It was fun. I would post various ideas I had, you know, stage ideas, music ideas, stuff like that, speculating, you know, explaining why I believed Grand Theft Auto should be in Smash, not just because of like my personal connections, but also because GTA is such a massive franchise. Grand Theft Auto 3 started the open world genre of gaming. Like, you look at games like Minecraft and Breath of the Wild, they exist because of GTA 3. It would have been a match made in heaven. Just the novelty of seeing CJ in the same game with Mario. It's like, tell me you wouldn't want to see that. Tell me you wouldn't think that's f***ing insane. Eventually though, 2019, and by extension the 2010s as a whole, came to an end, and the 2020s started. But even in early 2020, even when You Know What came over, I don't think I can say it because I'll get demonetized if I say it. Even when You Know What became a problem in March, I still had, you know, fun on this account. I still came up with various ideas for how GTA would be in Smash, you know. I just came up with so many ideas, and I became really optimistic that it could actually happen. I was having a fun time both in the ForSmash community and also in the Rockstar community. This account, this campaign was like the only thing that helped me get through the first half of 2020 during like the peak of You Know What. Unfortunately, everything went downhill very quickly. So before I move on to the next segment, which starts in June of 2020, I just want to get 2 things out of the way. Byleth was an awful choice for a character. I'm sorry, but they were, and they still are. I don't care if it's been 3 years, that doesn't change anything that they were a terrible choice for a character. However, even though they are a terrible choice for DLC characters, I'm fine with them simply because I still had optimism that a GTA character could make it into Smash, even when Byleth joined the game and ended the first Fire Pass, because I still had an entire second Fire Pass to look forward to. Min Min is okay. Not good, not bad, just whatever, perfectly fine. Again, she didn't make me lose any optimism for GTA and Smash, so I don't really have a problem with her. With that said, let us move on to the main segment. June 11th, 2020 was the day that everything went really downhill for this account. That would be the day where the PlayStation 5 would first be showcased. There would be a live stream announcement thing for the PS5, and I decided to watch it. The first thing that I saw was a trailer for Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS5. Now, I've talked about this trailer before, but this trailer angered a lot of people, and it angered me as well. Many people who watched this showcase expected GTA 6 to finally be announced during this showcase. I mean, it would have only made sense. You know, this was the next generation of gaming systems. It would only make sense that GTA 6 would be part of it. But no, instead, we get GTA 5 again for the third time in a row. And as if that wasn't enough, the trailer reused footage from older trailers of the game. Trailers that used footage from the original Xbox 360 and PS3 versions of the game. And they even reused footage from the very first trailer of the game from November of 2011. That is fucking unacceptable. There are constant memes being made about Rockstar milking the game, and anything that Rockstar would tweet would just get replies of either people demanding GTA 6 or the aforementioned memes of GTA 5 being milked. Seeing the constant negativity within the Rockstar community just really hindered my motivation for GTA and Smash. I mean, don't get me wrong, the backlash was 100% justified. People had every reason to be mad at Rockstar for announcing a port of an almost decade-old game instead of a brand new game. But look, this was during June of 2020. This was when, like, everything in life was really awful. You had the pandemic, you had the Black Lives Matter stuff, you had all of that, personal issues that I was having with my family at the time. I was just genuinely really miserable during this time. My mental health was really bad. I would have constant mental outbursts. I would get really fucking angry, and I was just miserable. I'm sorry, I genuinely was miserable. Running this campaign was like the only thing that made me happy during this time, and like that, even that was getting ruined because of this. I have anger issues. These anger issues got really bad during 2020, so there's that to take in as well. I was just depressed. My mental health was at an all-time low during this time, because it wasn't just this, it was just, you know, everything going on in 2020 that was combined with this, and I was just really f***ing depressed. So naturally, it would only make sense that the ForSmash community that I loved being a part of and was the only thing giving me any sort of happiness would completely ignore me during this time. I didn't get any sort of comfort or support for what I was going through. I didn't get any comments telling me that things would get better. I didn't get anything like that. I was just largely ignored. Just wonderful. I made numerous vent out tweets relating to how I was feeling at the time, but unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you see it, most, if not all of these tweets have been deleted, so I cannot, you know, show them on screen. Eventually, though, things did cool down regarding the whole expanded and enhanced fiasco, and I just went mostly AWOL. I basically abandoned the account because I didn't really have any sort of motivation, and I figured the right thing to do would just be to take a break from it. So around August, September 2020, I just basically abandoned the account. I didn't have any like motivation, and I just didn't have like any optimism at all. I just wanted to do other things. That all changed on October 1st, when the 7th DLC fighter for Smash Bros. Was revealed to be none other than Minecraft Steve. Now, aside from a GTA character, Minecraft Steve was a character that I always wanted to see in Smash for reasons that are similar to a GTA character. Not only is Minecraft a very iconic and important game, but it's also a game that I have a lot of nostalgia for. I mean, to be fair, who doesn't have nostalgia for Minecraft, you know? And I was just really happy for Steve to be in the game. And in addition to that, Steve actually gave me hope. Steve gave me optimism that a GTA character could join Smash, because it wouldn't make any sense otherwise. I wish to state that shortly before Steve joined Smash, around like September or so, GTA 5 actually surpassed Tetris to become the second best-selling video game of all time. For a long time, it was Minecraft, and then Tetris, and then GTA 5. And then eventually GTA 5 surpassed Tetris to become the second best-selling game of all time. And so now I started getting even more optimistic for it to happen, because it just made so much sense, you know? Minecraft and GTA 5 are both very important games. They both defined the 2010s decade. They're both open world games. Their golden age was like, you know, around the same time, like 2013 to 2015 was like the peak era for both games. It was crazy. And there was no GTA like me costume or anything like that came with Steve, so that means GTA 5 surely would be in Smash. I started thinking specifically more about GTA 5 and Smash instead of just only the GTA, like all of them together. I only started specifically thinking of like Franklin, Michael, and Trevor together. Steve would be the only character throughout Smash Ultimate's DLC that would give me any hope for a GTA character joining Smash. I'm not even joking about that. This isn't me saying that Steve was the only good DLC fighter, because that is not true at all. However, Steve was the only one that gave me hope that GTA could be in Smash, potentially, because it just made so much sense. So I really thought that things were looking up for me. I really thought that things would get better. The 2020 Game Awards came, and Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII was announced as the next DLC fighter, and initially I was a little disappointed as an inclusion, and I did lose a little bit of that motivation. I guess I thought that it would be like a back-to-back thing, like, okay, they got Minecraft and Smash, surely GTA 5 is going to be next, you know? So I was a little disappointed, but that disappointment went away very quickly. I believe around like the fighter presentation for him was when I changed my mind. I think, you know what, Sephiroth is actually really cool. I'm glad he's in the game. And hey, we still had 3 fighters left. One of them could be a GTA character. You never know. So then the new year began. 2020 was gone. 2021 was here. And I had new optimism. I still had that optimism. Sephiroth grew on me, and I think he's a really cool fighter now. And so I was genuinely hopeful that whoever would be next after Sephiroth would be a GTA character. And then February 17th came. Oh God. Nothing really bad happened in January of 2021 for the account, so we're gonna skip forward to February when things really start getting bad. On February 17th, 2021, there was a Nintendo Direct. It was the first Nintendo Direct since September of 2019, not counting all of the mini Directs and whatever that we got scattered throughout 2020. Now I, along with so many other people, were excited, and I was especially excited for the Smash Bros aspect of it, because I was sure that this time we would have gotten a GTA character. For sure, it was going to happen this time. I still had that hope from Steve that a GTA character could make it in as well, and Sephiroth grew on me, so I'm sure whoever made it in as the next DLC fighter would either be a GTA character, or it would be someone who will give me hope that a GTA character could make it in. What I end up getting are 2 girls from an RPG that I have never heard of before in my entire fucking life. Listen, I'm sure this is a good game. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying I hate it. Okay, I slightly hate it, but it's, you know, it's trivial, the hatred for it. Alright, I'm sure this is a great game and all. I'm sure it's a masterpiece, whatever. I don't even care. This is a fucking awful choice for DLC. I'm sorry. You cannot follow up 2 great characters with this. I'm sorry, but that's just such a pathetic thing. Alright, Steve is the main character of the best-selling game of all time. Sephiroth is one of the most famous gaming villains of all time. These two girls, who are they? Who are they? Where the f*** are they from? It doesn't make any sense at all. Pyra and Mythra completely killed off any hope I had of a GTA character joining Smash. You know how I said Sephiroth, I was a little disappointed with him, but then he grew on me? Yeah, that never happened with Pyra and Mythra. These two, the second they were announced, the millisecond they were announced, I immediately came to my senses that it wasn't gonna happen. There was gonna be no GTA character in Smash. With Byleth, there were 6 fighters remaining, an entire fighter pass remaining, and with Min Min, there were 5 fighters remaining. With Pyra and Mythra, there were only 2 fighters remaining. It's quite obvious why I would hate Pyra and Mythra more than I would Byleth and Min Min. Sometime between February 17th, when Pyra and Mythra were first announced for Smash, and March 4th, when the fighter presentation for them would occur, I made a horrible realization that it was very likely that a GTA character would make it in, but only as a Mii costume, or as like a spirit event, as part of a spirit event. And that gave me so much anxiety, like you had no idea. I didn't want to go through all of this nonsense. I didn't want to go through the depression that I went through in 2020. I didn't want it to be for nothing, okay? So March 4th rolled around, I watched the fighter presentation, even though I really couldn't care less about these two characters. And when we got to the Mii costume part, I was heavily relieved that it was just, I don't even remember who the Mii costumes were. There was no GTA Mii costume that came with Pyra and Mythra, and I was grateful for that. I really was grateful. But then that left me with an arguably worse fear, that if GTA were to get in Smash, it would be only as spirits. Presumably, the next DLC fighter would be revealed in E3 2021, which would occur in June. Every Tuesday night at 9 PM where I live, the official Smash Bros. Twitter account would announce a new tourney or a spirit event that would occur. And all day during that time, I would just live in fear. I would just have that anxiety that eventually a GTA spirit event or whatever could be announced. So like, I get so relieved when it's just something else. And this was every f***ing Tuesday between March 4th to June. I don't remember when Nintendo's E3 Direct occurred, but it was in June. Thankfully, Rockstar would diminish all of the fears that I had. Or at least I thought they would. On May 18th, Rockstar would release an article on their website. They usually release articles and whatnot relating to new stuff being added into GTA Online and whatever. They refer to these articles as newswires. I mostly ignore them because they're just boring GTA Online trash that I do not care about. However, on rare occasions, you do get something that actually interests me. And this is one of those rare instances. On May 18th, Rockstar dropped what would otherwise be a very average GTA Online newswire post if it wasn't for one statement made near the end of the newswire. Plus, in honor of the upcoming 20th anniversary of the genre-defining Grand Theft Auto 3, we'll have even more fun surprises to share, including some specifically for GTA Online players. Now, when I first read this, it didn't take long before I put 2 and 2 together. I thought I had finally won. I swear, something similar to this happened shortly before Steve joined Smash. I remember a few days before Minecon 2020, someone at Mojang or whatever teased that there would be a really huge surprise that would be announced shortly before Minecon 2020, and that really big surprise ended up being Steve joining Smash. So I thought that something similar to this would happen. I thought that to celebrate Grand Theft Auto 3's 20th anniversary, they would put all the characters and whatever into Smash. They would collaborate with Nintendo and put GTA into Smash. Keep in mind, Grand Theft Auto 3's 20th anniversary would occur in October of 2021. I was now extremely excited for E3 2021. None of us knew if for E3 Nintendo would reveal the next fighter, only one fighter, Challenger Pack 10, or they would reveal the last 2 fighters, similar to how E3 2019 had both Hero and Banjo-Kazooie announced. but there was a strong chance that the next Smash Fighter would be released during the summer of 2021, and the final Smash Fighter would be released during the later half of 2021, like around October or November or so. In which case, the final Smash character could have easily been a GTA character. It could easily tie into that. Unfortunately, E3 would turn out to be something of a disaster. But this time, it wasn't Rockstar. No, it was Take-Two Interactive, the parent company of Rockstar Games. That's right, it was not Rockstar themselves, but rather the parent company of Rockstar, Take-Two, that would completely ruin E3 for me. Now, before I go into detail, I just want to say, please do not take this the wrong way. I know this could easily be taken the wrong way, and I don't want anyone to do that, okay? I will try to explain this in the best way possible to prevent anyone from getting the wrong idea. Instead of announcing GTA in Smash with Nintendo, instead of announcing GTA 6, instead of even announcing anything new for GTA 5 on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Instead of doing any of that, they held a live stream about equality and diversity in the gaming world and whatnot. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? This is obviously more important than, like, you know, having characters join a fighting game, but I was so fucking excited. I was so determined that GTA would make it into Smash, and I felt like I was lied to. I had a mental breakdown. Again, my mental health wasn't perfect, so I overreacted. I made a large amount of tweets reacting negatively to the news, and unlike the summer 2020 tweets, these tweets are still up and are currently being shown on screen right now. Once again, the ForSmash community did not care about what I was going through. No support, no comfort, no concern, nothing like that. Just complete silence, complete ignorance. Just absolutely great, honestly. I'm gonna go on a bit of a tangent right now because I know people are gonna be asking, you know, why do I have to only rely on the ForSmash community? Surely I would have other people following this account. This account currently has over 300 followers, so surely, you know, it's not all just ForSmash accounts. Maybe it's just general accounts that support the idea of GTA and Smash. That's the thing. Barely anyone supports this campaign legitimately the way that I do, but barely anyone. Most of the people that follow this account are either abandoned ForSmash accounts or accounts that only care about the GTA aspect of the account, but not the Smash Bros aspect. For the former, when I say abandoned ForSmash accounts, I mean like really short-lived abandoned accounts from like late 2019, early 2020, long before Ultimate came to an end. As for the latter, somewhere during like the first half of 2021, like around April and May, I would get a lot of these accounts that only followed me because I was a GTA account, and they didn't care about the Smash Bros aspect of it. I'm not going to show off any accounts for obvious reasons, but these accounts mostly followed the same trends. They all had similar usernames that consisted of first name, bunch of numbers. They either had very little tweets or no tweets at all, and it was the same thing for their follower account. They either had very little followers or no followers at all. However, these accounts, they did follow a lot of other accounts, including me. And some of these accounts contain just generally Rockstar stuff, you know, like GTA accounts and whatever, Rockstar themselves, stuff like that. Nothing from Nintendo, nothing like even remotely relating to Smash Bros, nothing like that. Some accounts had like celebrities added into the mix as well. Just generally just these fake supporters that followed me. I'm pretty sure these were bots, but I'm not sure. I'm not saying this so that, you know, anyone that likes my channel can go to the account and start following me and giving me legitimate support. Please don't do that. You can feel free to check out the account, but I honestly just recommend you don't follow it. I don't want to, like, you know, I just don't think it's a good idea to migrate, like, all of the people that like this channel into liking, you know, this account as well. I'm sorry for going on a bit of a tangent. I'm just saying this just to give you an idea that it's not like I could get any, like, legitimate support outside the ForSmash community. Anyways, let's get back on topic. Considering how angry I was at this news, it's honestly a miracle that I don't hate Kazuya's inclusion. In fact, I think he's actually a pretty cool fighter. Certainly an improvement over Pyra and Mithra. Although I will say that the Skyrim and Devil May Cry costumes that came with Kazuya did give me a fear that for the final Smash Bros. Fighter, we could get a Mii costume of a GTA character. Because I noticed during that time that ever since Joker came out as the first DLC fighter, we had not gotten another M-rated character as DLC. Instead, we've just been getting a lot of Mii costumes of M-rated characters. You know, you have the Assassin's Creed guy, you have Travis Touchdown, you have stuff like that, and that really concerned me that for the next Smash fighter, we would be getting a GTA Mii costume, and I really didn't want to go through all of this just for that. And because Kazuya was the only one revealed during E3 2021, because there was no second fighter reveal, that means that we had to wait even longer for the final DLC fighter to be revealed, in which I had to endure another round of waiting every Tuesday at 9 PM for a new Spirit event or tourney, praying that we don't get a GTA Spirit event. It was an awful time. I really fucking hated it. By this point, I was starting to get really scared. There was only one DLC fighter left, and I really did not want to go through all of this nonsense just for the final character to not be a GTA character. I'm sorry, I don't care if you think I sound spoiled or whatever, just look at everything I talked about before. My fears were justified. I was really anxious during this period of time between Kazuya's release and the reveal of the final DLC fighter, and it would only make sense that Rockstar would go and make it even worse for me. Rockstar decided to go and screw up my motivation and optimism one last time before Ultimate ended. September 9th. A new PlayStation event was about to occur, and I decided to watch it. During the stream, we would get a second and final trailer for GTA 5 on the PS5 and Xbox Series X, and somehow, just somehow, this trailer was even worse than the first trailer. Keep in mind that this second trailer came out in September 2021. The first trailer was June 2020. This trailer came out over a year after the first trailer, and during the time between the first trailer and the second trailer, we had gotten almost no new information about this version of the game. I already made a video talking about this trailer, but I'm gonna go through some of the stuff that's wrong with the trailers again. For one thing, there's a lot of graphical glitches included in this trailer. For example, in this shot here, you can see Lester sitting on a chair, and you could see that the chair has been duplicated. There's also an instance where they show a first-person scene of one of the trio driving a car, and you can clearly see the rear view mirror. You can see the graphics on the rear view mirror are really bad quality. They look atrocious for Xbox Series X and PS5 standards. And then there's another shot of a car driving. You can see that for some reason all of the license plates are yellow. Overall, in terms of graphics, there was quite literally no differences between these versions of the game and the Xbox One and PS4 versions of the game, which is really pathetic considering the fact that the Xbox Series X and PS5 are significantly stronger than the Xbox One and PS4 versions of the game. In addition to that, the trailer would just be full of these vague statements. Improved graphics, expanded gameplay, explosive action, and much more. Could you elaborate more? You can't just give us these vague statements and call it a day. The trailer overall showed barely any differences from the Xbox One and PS4 versions of the game. The trailer didn't give us any reason to purchase this game for a third time. And it was met with severe backlash, arguably more backlash than the first trailer, because all kinds of videos were being made talking about how bad this trailer was. And this trailer really f***ed up my optimism. This trailer really f***ed up my motivation for it. You know, it was already bad enough having to worry about who the last Smash fighter would be, and then this trailer had to completely ruin it. GTA 3's 20th anniversary was extremely close by this point, and Rockstar still didn't announce anything at all as to what they were going to do for the anniversary. They didn't reveal it during E3, they didn't reveal it during the PlayStation Showcase, they've not revealed it at all, they just stayed radio silent, and it had gotten to a point where I started believing that, yeah, you know what? They're not going to do anything cool for the anniversary. There's not going to be GTA and Smash for the anniversary. It's just going to be something really f***ing lame, I guarantee you. Some like GTA Online trash, I guarantee you. What you're going to see on screen right now are numerous tweets that I made in response to this trailer. Because it really made me angry, like you have no idea. And for the third time, nobody in the ForSmash community cared. Nobody was concerned about my well-being. It was clearly obvious that I had like mental health problems, and not a single one of them f***ing cared about it. I was all alone. I had nobody to vent out to but myself. This trailer really hindered my motivation, and I'm not even joking about that. But somehow, if you can believe it, the worst has yet to come. Brace yourselves, folks. Things are about to get ugly. September 23rd. A Nintendo Direct would occur, and the final Smash fighter would most likely be revealed during the Direct. Finally, the pain would all be over soon. If it wasn't for that f***ing GTA 5 trailer, I would be hopeful for a GTA character being the last Smash fighter, but no, my optimism became desperation. If GTA didn't get into Smash, I was done for. I know it sounds like I'm overreacting, but that was genuinely how I felt during that time. Just take some time to imagine yourself in the situation that I was in. Seeing a studio I once respected become a massive joke, you would have felt the same way that I did. I don't even care. The Direct occurred. The final Smash fighter would be announced on October 5th, only a few days before GTA 3's 20th anniversary on October 22nd. I suddenly gained one last drop of optimism. Maybe Rockstar cared after all. I had to wait even longer for the reveal, but at least that reveal would be potentially worth it. I would either get a happy ending, or I would get permanent misery. No in between. It also didn't help as well that the week between the Nintendo Direct and the final Smash Fighter reveal was one of the most stressful weeks of my life for personal reasons. It's not just because of the impatience that I was growing, waiting for the final Smash Fighter to be revealed. Finally, the big day came. October 5th. I was desperate for a GTA character to make it in. Add one of them in, and then the game would be perfect for me. If a GTA character was the last character of Fighter Pass 2 and we got a Fighter Pass 3 announced, I wouldn't have a single problem with whoever made it into that third pass. It didn't matter what game they were from, it didn't matter what genre their game is, it didn't matter to me at all. My most wanted would have been in the game, the roster would have been perfect. Anyone added afterwards would just be the cherry on top for me. I would get to see Carl Johnson appear in the same game with Mario, Sonic, Sans, and Steve. The two best-selling games of all time would be together in the same video game. Smash Ultimate would have been a perfect 10 out of 10 video game for me if a GTA character was in the game. It didn't matter which one. It could have been Tommy Vercetti, it could have been Carl Johnson, Nico Bellic, it could have been the GTA 5 trio together, it could have been only Trevor Phillips, it could have been all of the GTA protagonists together similar to Hero. It didn't matter. If a GTA character was in the game, it would have been great. And you know what? I would have been cool as well with any other like non-GTA Rockstar character, like Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2 or Jimmy Hopkins from Bully. I would be cool with them as well. I needed this. Rockstar had embarrassed me numerous times throughout 2020 and 2021, and I really wanted them to redeem themselves with this. I wanted this to make up for the two GTA 5 PS5 trailers. I wanted this to make up for the atrocious Take-Two E3 2021 fiasco. I wanted to make up for all of that. And so, I watched the stream. It started with the Mii costumes. 2 Splatoon characters and Doom Guy. Well, sucks for people that want Doom Guy, but hey, things happen. So then, the trailer began for the final Smash Fighter. And then I saw the Mickey Mouse keychain. I was never the same after that f***ing keychain appeared. Sora from Kingdom Hearts was the final DLC fighter for the game. There would be no GTA character, not even as a Mii costume. It was then that I immediately took back everything I said about being against a GTA Mii costume, because at least then you could be able to play as them. I realized then that between Mii costumes and spirits, Mii costumes were easily the lesser of the two evils, because at least with Mii costumes, you could be able to play as the characters. With spirits, they're just unplayable PNGs that you can unlock, and that's it. But there was no going back, because the final Mii costumes were released, and with the exception of Doom Guy, they were f***ing lame. 2 Splatoon costumes and Doom Guy. That's it. Those are your f***ing bonus costumes that come with Sora. You would think that since this was the final character for Smash Bros, you'd think that they would add in a lot of like different costumes and whatever. Add in a lot of like heavily requested characters that weren't able to make it in. But no, you get 2 Splatoon costumes, Doom Guy, that's it. That's so f***ing underwhelming. I'm sorry. October 8th. Rockstar announces a remaster of the GTA trilogy. That's the fun surprise for GTA 3's 20th anniversary, not GTA in Smash. Alright, fine. Whatever. It could have been much worse. At first, I thought that this would make up for Sora joining Smash, especially since this game was coming to the Switch as well. GTA wasn't able to make it into Ultimate, but thanks to this Switch port of the trilogy, it had a very strong chance of joining the next Smash game, even if it would be a while before that arrived. Even then though, I was still skeptical about how the game would turn out. And that skepticism would grow much stronger once we actually saw how the remaster would look. There were some instances where the graphics actually didn't look that bad, and then there were other instances where the graphics looked really bad. It was a mixed bag overall. But it didn't matter, because I'm sure the game would still be fun even if the graphics didn't look all that great. And I knew right then and there what I would want to get for Christmas 2021. Even with this game, I was still really angry at GTA not being in Smash. Here's a thread I made discussing my frustrations towards GTA not being in Smash. I'm sorry, but I will always be pissed off about a GTA character not joining Smash. Minecraft and GTA 5 are the 2 best-selling video games of all time. They are the 2 games that defined gaming in the 2010s. Very few games from the last decade come close to having the same level of impact that they had. Minecraft and GTA 5 are practically connected together. It is impossible to think of one game without thinking about the other game. It just doesn't feel right having Steve in Smash as a playable fighter without Franklin, Michael, or Trevor joining him. For the record, reversing the roles would change absolutely nothing whatsoever. Any GTA character, doesn't have to be the GTA 5 trio, joining Smash without Steve would still feel off. Either both of them make it in, or neither one makes it in. It's as simple as that. It feels so f***ing disrespectful seeing a game as huge as GTA 5 get no representation whatsoever in the biggest gaming crossover of all time. I know the M-rated rule exists, and I know the ESRB might be biased against GTA, but still, not even a Mii costume. The M-rated rule and the ESRB stuff, it's a long story, and I really don't want to go into detail about it. A spirit event is possible, but come on, you're insane if you think unplayable PNGs would be a good way to represent GTA 5 in Smash. At least Mii costumes would have had a GTA character be somewhat playable. I always hated the idea of a GTA Mii costume, but now I wish we got one. You can't create a celebration of iconic video games and not include anything from Grand Theft Auto. That's like if someone made a celebration of iconic movies and included a bunch of famous and critically acclaimed movies, but then leaves out Goodfellas for literally no reason, just because. I'm sorry if this comes off as ungrateful, but it doesn't feel ultimate without GTA, not to me at least. Look at me with a straight face and tell me with as much sincerity as possible that you wouldn't want to see a GTA character interact with any of these other gaming icons. Imagine seeing Mario fight CJ. Imagine seeing Sonic fight Tommy Vercetti. Imagine seeing Snake fight Nico Bellic. Imagine seeing Steve fight Trevor. We could have experienced all of these, but now we never will, at least not for a very long time. Rockstar milks GTA 5 so f***ing much that I'm actually surprised they never teamed up with Sakurai and Nintendo to give us this. It's a shame really, since Franklin, Michael, and Trevor joining Smash would easily be the only good thing to come out of them milking GTA 5. Not to mention, it would easily improve the reputation of GTA 5 after Expanded and Enhanced turned into a joke. Damn it, Rockstar, if you're gonna milk GTA 5, at least milk it the right way. Ever since it was first announced, I thought a GTA character joining Smash would have been a better way to celebrate GTA 20th anniversary over the definitive edition of the trilogy. Even with the definitive edition of the trilogy thankfully not being the disaster that I expected it to be, if only I f***ing knew, I still think GTA and Smash would have been a better way to celebrate the anniversary. I don't care if you call me ungrateful. Which one would you prefer? Number 1, seeing Claude, Tommy, CJ, Nico, and Trevor in the same game with Mario, Sonic, Snake, Steve, and Sans? Or number 2, playing Wrong Side of the Tracks or that toy helicopter mission from Vice City with the Joy-Con drift? Yeah, that's what I thought. Look, if I was complaining about GTA only getting represented with a Mii costume, I'd understand being called ungrateful. It would make sense. But I got nothing. Literally, nothing. I am allowed to be angry at this. It's justified. GTA deserves better. The legacy and impact that Grand Theft Auto had on gaming history should not be ignored, especially not by something that claims to be a celebration of iconic video games. End of thread. You can start getting angry at me now. Now, even though I did have sort of positive feelings regarding the GTA trilogy, there was still that bit of skepticism in me that it might not turn out good. And as we got closer and closer to the release of the game, my fears would become true. The first red flag appeared. Rockstar took down the original versions of the trilogy from both Steam and the App Store. That's strike 1. And then the second red flag appeared. The game was accidentally released a day early on the PlayStation Store in some parts of the world. That's strike 2. And then the third red flag appeared. PC users would be unable to play the game for 3 days straight. That's strike 3. Rockstar's out. And then the game came out. If I was depressed when GTA didn't get into Smash, imagine how miserable I was when this piece of shit was released to the world. I retweeted so many tweets about how glitchy this game was. People talking about how glitchy this game was and how really bad it was. I hate this game. It's like this cruel joke. Like, of course, no GTA and Smash. What do you get? You get a remaster of the trilogy. And, you know, that would be a good thing. But no, we're going to make the trilogy remasters really garbage. Because that's what we're going to do. Because that's how it rolls. This isn't funny. Most people can look at the glitches in this game and think, oh, it's so funny, haha, so bad it's good. But I look at this game and I feel so insulted. It's like this cruel joke. They intentionally did this just to spite me. Like, that's just how it feels. Like it's some kind of cruel joke. I don't get GTA and Smash. I get this instead. And of course, the ForSmash community didn't care about me whatsoever. No sort of comfort or support, no concern about if I was feeling okay or anything like that. No hope that things would get better. Nothing like that. I was genuinely during this time, and nobody cared. Every single day I would have mental breakdowns. Countless days I just stayed alone in my room, venting out my anger to nobody but myself. This was when I realized that the ForSmash community didn't care about me or my mental health. They were too busy licking Disney's boots. Disney is a awful company, and yet nobody cared at all. I remember when I was in this ForSmash community, I remember during this time, a lot of people were against Crash Bandicoot joining Smash because Activision owned Crash Bandicoot, and Activision was in a lot of hot water. A lot of really awful stuff came out against them. So as a result of this, a lot of people didn't want to see like Crash Bandicoot in Smash. People didn't want like Smash to be associated with a really awful company like Activision. And you know what? That's fair. That's perfectly fine. I understand that. I understand, you know, not wanting a character to be in the game because of their connections with a really awful company. This isn't me defending Activision or anything like that. Don't get the wrong idea. But, like, you cannot turn around and say that you're happy that a Disney character made it in as the final Smash fighter, because that comes off as hypocritical. You can't say you're happy that Crash didn't make it in because he's owned by an awful company, and then you go and say, oh, you know what, I'm glad the final DLC fighter was a Disney character. Like, you can't do that. And yes, Sora is a Disney character. Don't give me some bullshit that he's a Square Enix character, because he's not. Sora is either a 100% Disney character, or he's a 50% Disney character, 50% Square Enix character. The only way he could be a 100% Square Enix character was if Kingdom Hearts didn't have Disney characters in it at all. But this creates a problem, because literally nobody would care about Kingdom Hearts if it didn't have Disney characters in it. That's the only reason anyone cares about this f***ing game in the first place. This game would fall into obscurity if it wasn't for the novelty of seeing anime characters team up with Disney characters. That's the only reason why Kingdom Hearts is famous, and it didn't just become some forgotten one-time RPG. Disney has done so many awful things, and you know, I feel bad for Sakurai. I have no ill will towards him. Not once have I said anything bad about this man. Alright, all of my ire and hatred, it goes to Rockstar and Take-Two. Sakurai did nothing wrong. I have no ill will, I have no hate towards this man, and I am grateful for most of the stuff he's put into Smash, not everything, because yeah, I didn't ask for 2 girls from an RPG that I've never heard of before. I'm sorry, Sakurai, but I never wanted this. But surely he must have been aware of all of the really awful stuff that Disney has done. But it doesn't matter to the Smash fanbase, it doesn't matter to them at all. I don't care if Sora was the most requested fighter. That doesn't mean anything to me. Like, what do you want me to do with that information? You guys remember in early 2022 when people got mad at Disney because they supported a really homophobic bill? Yeah. Imagine if that happened before Sora joined Smash instead of after. I guarantee you, everyone would be rightfully against Sora's inclusion. But I don't see anyone have a problem with that. Oh yeah, let's also not forget that Walt Disney, the motherfucking man himself, was also allegedly, all I'm gonna say is, someone needs to go back in time and show Walt Disney 21 Jump Street, okay? It worked with Kanye, I'm sure it'll work with Walt Disney. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. There's also the undeniable fact that Disney does not care about animation and they do not view it as a genuine art form. I know I keep repeating this, but until more people finally accept it as the truth, I'm gonna keep saying it. Disney doesn't care about animation. If they cared about animation, they wouldn't be making these soulless live-action remakes. If they cared about animation, they would give it the same level of attention that they give to Star Wars and the MCU. If they cared about animation, they would be, you know, jumping in on this trend of more artistic animated movies like Spider-Verse and Puss in Boots, instead of putting out the most average 5 out of 10 decent at best stuff you will ever see in your life. Good God. People would criticize Disney for being homophobic and dominating 98% of the entertainment industry, only to then play as Sora in Smash while singing "We Don't Talk About Bruno." Late 2021 to early 2022 was a really hypocritical time for Disney haters. And honestly, I wouldn't even be against these 3 characters making it in if I had gotten a GTA character as well. Everything that I got before Sora joined Smash, and especially after Sora joined Smash, only made things worse for me. But of course, the ForSmash community would rather ignore my problems than help me get through these awful times. I don't want to be so negative and hateful to a community that I once loved being a part of, but thinking about how I was treated during this time, like, I genuinely feel like I'm permanently scarred thinking about it. Like, 2021 is just nothing but negative memories, and that's it. Years on from now, I'm gonna look back at 2021 as just this really negative year. I was neglected by this community. If I had gotten any care or support, anything like that, people that were concerned, then it would be fine. But nobody cared at all. Nobody understood, like, why I was angry. Okay? My Most Wanted didn't make it into Smash. And I got a remaster of the 3 games that I love. And if these games were good, if these remasters were good, then I wouldn't be that mad about Sora making it into Smash. But no, as a f***ing cruel joke, that's what it feels like, a cruel joke, they made these games awful. These games are f***ing atrocious. They're glitchy. They have terrible graphics. They're just trash is what they are. This isn't some so bad it's good game like Sonic 06. This is disrespectful garbage. They took 3 masterpieces, 3 of the greatest video games ever made, and they made a complete and utter mockery out of all of them. Good God. The only person that ever interacted with me there was this one ForSmash account. I'm not gonna say the name, even though I really want to. I really want to snitch, but the normal side of me kicks in and I realize that's not the right thing to do, so I have to keep the user anonymous. This one ForSmash account would do nothing but bully and harass me. This guy, I don't know when they followed me, but they followed me sometime in, like, I don't know, 2021, like early into the year, and they would do nothing but harass me and make me feel even worse than I already did during that time. After Sora joined Smash, this started harassing me even more than before, all while completely ignoring the fact that I had anger issues, despite it being extremely obvious, and ignoring all the trash that I was getting, like the GTA trilogy, despite that stuff doing nothing but further justifying my anger over GTA not being in Smash. But they didn't care, they just kept on bullying me, and nobody, not a single person in the ForSmash community helped me out. Eventually though, after a mental breakdown over a tweet that they made, I gave up and I blocked them. Seeing how bad the GTA trilogy turned out, particularly for the Switch version, because of course, the Switch version of the game is the worst version. I mean, all of the versions are bad, but no, the Switch version in particular is more broken than the others, because of course, that's how it has to f***ing go. Why would it not go like that? Of course. Seeing how bad the GTA trilogy turned out, it makes me angry every time a big, notable game gets announced for the Switch. You know, I want to be happy that, like, Persona 5 and Nier Automata have Switch ports. I want to be happy for them. I've never played either of these games, but I'm sure they're good games, and I want to be happy for the people that wanted these games on the Switch. But then I remember how bad the GTA trilogy turned out, and how the aforementioned games, they actually turned out good, because the people that originally made these games, they actually made the Switch ports themselves, and they didn't get a amateur mobile game company to make it for them. I remember seeing a lot of tweets and whatever about people that were happy that Nier Automata was coming to the Switch, and I was just thinking about, you know, I could have gotten the same treatment if Rockstar actually cared. Why did those greedy have to hire a mobile game company to remaster the trilogy? Why didn't they remaster it themselves, or at the very least get someone competent enough to remaster it for them? Better yet, they couldn't have remastered it at all. They could have just slapped the original PS2 versions of these games onto a Nintendo Switch cartridge or whatever and call it a day. It's literally as simple as that. Earlier this year, in January, the GTA trilogy was released onto Steam with 0 improvements. The game is still a glitchy mess with awful character models. They promised that they would fix the glitches in the years to come, but that was a f***ing lie. The game came out in November 2021. It is over a year old, and this Steam release came out after the game had turned a year old, and it's still f***ing glitchy. We had only gotten 2 patches for the game. The first one was in February of 2022, and it did fix some glitches, but it wasn't enough. And the second patch in October of 2022, as far as I'm concerned, it didn't fix anything at all. It barely fixed anything. And the game is still in an unacceptable and broken state, and nobody still f***ing cares. Because of how bad the GTA trilogy turned out, as well as other things that I would eventually get, such as a useless subscription service for GTA Online, and the abandonment of Red Dead Redemption 2, I have completely lost all hope of a GTA character joining Smash 6, okay? F*** GTA 6. I don't want GTA 6. There, I said it. I would rather have GTA in Smash over GTA 6. I don't even care if people get mad at me, okay? I don't care about the September 2022 incident. The other September 2022 incident. The one that doesn't involve Megamind or the Smiths. That's not gonna make up for no GTA in Smash. I'm sorry, it's not. And you know the thing? You know the worst thing? I don't even have the privilege to mod a GTA character into Smash. It doesn't matter if I download a mod online or if I make a mod myself, because Rockstar and Take-Two famously take down any mods relating to GTA. Around like August, September of 2021, I don't remember when it was, Take-Two tried suing a group of people for reverse engineering, basically porting GTA 3 and Vice City onto certain handhelds like the PS Vita and the Nintendo Switch. That's just one of many instances of Rockstar and Take-Two taking down mods. There are so many examples of it, it's not even funny. There is no way I could get away with modding GTA into Smash, even if it's something extremely simple like replacing Snake's model with, I don't know, Trevor's model, without Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Harry and Lloyd over here coming in to f*** up my fun. People have the privilege to mod characters like Crash Bandicoot or 2B into Smash with no problems, but I can't mod Tommy Vercetti into Smash without getting DMCA'd by Rockstar and Take-Two. It's not f***ing fair. Late 2021 was the worst period of time in my life. Like, genuinely, I was really angry. I know it seems like I'm overreacting. People will tell me it's just a game, it's not that serious. I had anger issues. I had suffered constant embarrassment from these people. The initial negativity that I felt when the first GTA 5 PS5 trailer came out, like, that was strengthened because of everything that was going on in the world during the summer of 2020. If none of that stuff was happening, if the pandemic and the Black Lives Matter and whatnot, if none of that was happening, it wouldn't be that bad, probably. It wouldn't be as bad. I am so glad I have finally gotten all this out of the way. My God. For Christmas 2021, I received an Xbox Series X, as well as my very own copy of GTA 5 for the Xbox One, and I would hook up the Xbox Series X in March of 2022. It was my first time playing GTA 5 since early 2018, and a lot of things changed drastically between when I last played the game versus March of 2022. For a short period of time, replaying GTA 5 felt really nostalgic. It felt really fun and fresh to play, but then that went away very quickly. I still think GTA 5 is a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. However, the whole expanded and enhanced nonsense combined with just the ForSmash stuff, it just left a distaste to the game. Like, I just don't like it as much as I used to. I would get really bored playing the game because I knew that, like, it wouldn't be any different from when I last played it. I don't know how much sense this will make, but at this point, it feels like watching videos of other people playing GTA 5 and thinking about playing GTA 5 are more fun than actually playing GTA 5. I don't know how much sense that's gonna make, but that's just how it feels to me. Like, watching a video of someone playing GTA 5 is more fun than actually playing GTA 5 myself. That's just how it feels to me. During that same March, I would have a sudden change of heart, no pun intended, regarding Kingdom Hearts. Out of nowhere, I thought to myself that maybe I should give the game a chance, and maybe I was really harsh on it in late 2021. Maybe I should actually play it myself and see what the big deal is with this game, because maybe Sora did deserve to be in Smash after all. I went into this game completely blind. The only things that I knew about it was that it was an RPG with Disney characters and it had a confusing storyline, and that's it. That's all that I knew about this game. To say that I went into this game blind would be a massive understatement. So I bought the game for my PS2. I don't have a PS3, PS4, or PS5, so unfortunately I was unable to play any of the pretentiously named remaster compilations. Seriously, whoever came up with the names of these games, I hope they got fired. At first, I liked Kingdom Hearts. I thought it was a cool game concept. I thought it had a cool premise. The idea of having these anime characters team up with Disney characters, I liked it, and I will give the game this. It does have a lot of charm in the aesthetics of it, so there's that. However, I would keep playing the game, and the more that I played it, the worse it would get. I have to wonder how literally nobody else has any problems with the flaws that are in this game. Like, it cannot just be me. I would go into more detail about why I hate this game, but I want this chapter to be much shorter when compared to chapter 4. Eventually, after putting a lot of hours into the game, I finally snapped and I decided to make numerous videos discussing why I hate the game, which you could check out if you're interested after this video. and then that eventually spiraled down into me making videos on GTA. And that's why, out of nowhere, I started making a bunch of videos relating to these two games. From June to September 2022, I would non-stop make videos on both Kingdom Hearts and GTA, disguising them, not including anything relating to the ForSmash stuff, only vaguely hinting at it throughout the videos. As for the ForSmash community, well, obviously there would be a lot less activity in 2022 compared to in 2021 because Smash Ultimate was long over. However, something happened in August that would make me snap, and for the first time, I would make my frustrations public to the ForSmash community. I follow several GTA news accounts, and I don't mean like, clickbait GTA 6 nonsense. I mean like verifiable stuff like GTA series videos. One of these accounts that I follow posted an article about Rockstar apparently taking down prototype information. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was concept art. It was something like that. Prototype stuff relating to the very first Grand Theft Auto game. Yet another instance of Rockstar and Take-Two's constant takedowns. At this point, I had officially snapped, and I finally made my frustrations public. And I also took things a step too far, as I made it explicitly clear that I was very during this time. I would post several disturbing memes that I'm obviously not going to show, and because I knew that none of the ForSmash community would find these tweets legitimately, I had to manually add some of them, the ones that were still active after Ultimate ended. Only a few of these accounts actually gave me any sort of support, while the vast majority treated the tweets like a joke, with one account telling me to touch grass and another asking to quote-unquote leave me alone. Keep in mind what this was being commented under. How f***ing tone deaf can someone be to comment that under tweets like those? A few accounts didn't know what was going on, which was fair enough, so I tried explaining to them what I've been going through in the shortest way possible. They never responded to my tweets. Go figure. After that, things managed to cool down, but that changed in October. I tried to get help from a former ForSmash account. We're gonna refer to him as John to protect his identity. On the 1-year anniversary of Sora joining Smash in October 2022, I sent John a message congratulating them for the anniversary of Sora making it into Smash. It was very obviously a sarcastic message. However, the sarcasm flew over John's head, which was really awkward. I'm going to admit that this sarcastic message was meant to be a Trojan horse of sorts, so that I would be able to vent out about my frustrations to John, so I could finally have a ForSmash account understand what I've been going through. Throughout October and November, I would send John a lot of messages, and I mean a lot of messages. I would send him messages about how I hated the GTA trilogy, how I was jealous that Nier Automata and whatever actually got a good Switch port and not GTA, stuff like that. Most of the time though, he would never respond, claiming to be busy, which, considering how really bad my mental health was, I just dismissed it as him lying to me, which I'll admit was not a very smart thing for me to do. But keep in mind, my mental health wasn't straight during this time. I'm not saying that to justify it, I'm just saying it so you can understand a little bit. Things didn't get really bad though until November 17th. I'm sure most of you are aware of Elon Musk, who bought Twitter, and I'm sure most of you are aware that a lot of controversial things have happened ever since he bought Twitter. Him buying Twitter turned out to be a very controversial thing, and it would turn out to negatively affect a lot of people, including me. I hadn't been on Twitter for most of November 17th, as I was busy with personal stuff. At night though, the second I got onto Twitter, I saw all kinds of trending posts about how Twitter was going to die, and various accounts linking other social media accounts that they use. another mental breakdown started, and the first thing that I did during it was message John about how I was unable to talk to him or any other ForSmash account about my frustrations, and how I will never be able to because of Elon Musk. I admittedly sent a lot of awful and edgy messages to John that I heavily regret sending, and I'm not going to be showing them off on screen because I regret them that much. But in my defense, I genuinely thought that Twitter was going to die, and I was suffering a mental breakdown over how I would have no way to vent out to anybody now. I was really angry, okay? I don't think straight when I'm angry. Nobody thinks straight when they're angry. I ignored most of whatever John would reply to me with, as I assumed he would respond with excuses to not talk to me and ignore me. As I was in the middle of writing a fairly lengthy message to John, I found out that he had blocked me. Even after I had calmed down and tried talking to him in a considerably more civil manner, it was far too late. He decided to block me anyways. And now I have no way to apologize to him and admit that I f***ed things up really badly. It was an awful night, and I will never forgive Elon Musk for making this whole situation even worse. Later, in early 2023, I wrote down a twit longer, which, if you don't know, is basically a website where you can write down extremely long tweets as long as you want them to be. And so I wrote this massive twit longer, going into detail about everything that I've went through since I first joined this community in late 2019. And as a matter of fact, some of the stuff that I talk about in this video was taken from this twit longer, so it's acted like as a sort of script, basically. And once again, I had to manually add various ForSmash accounts in order for them to read this. Most of them didn't care. A very small amount of these accounts tried to help, but majority of them just dismissed everything that I talked about as just being, you know, whiny, ungrateful nonsense, ignoring stuff like the whole ordeal with John, or that one ForSmash account that would constantly harass me in late 2021. They just ignore all of that and only focus on me being mad at Sora joining Smash, because that's clearly the only thing that was bothering me, obviously. I realized right then and there that I was on my own, and I had to take desperate measures. I didn't know if I wanted to make this video and reveal all of this to you guys, because I didn't want you guys to get involved with this. I consider this GTA X SSBU account, I consider it to be like an alter ego sort of thing. And now that I've revealed this to you all, it's like when worlds collide. I have the twit longer as my pinned tweet, and if you wish to read it, you can read it if you want, even though it's mostly going to contain the same information as in this video. Please do not bully or harass any of the people that replied to me. Do not do that, because doing that will make things even worse. Do not try and find the ForSmash account that constantly harassed me, and do not try to find John either and bully and harass them either. Don't do that, because that's going to make things even worse, and I really don't want that. I don't want to hate this community, but it's left me with no other choice. A community that just ignores someone when they're going through all kinds of tough situations is not a good community at all. Again, I wouldn't be that mad at Sora being the last Smash fighter and not a GTA character if it wasn't for all of the garbage that I had gotten to make up for no GTA in Smash. The reason why I would make a big deal about GTA in Smash is because it would just give me a little bit of happiness in my life. Just an escape, a small escape from having to deal with all kinds of family issues, because I've had a lot of family issues lately throughout this year. My mother refuses to take care of my little sister and like show her proper stuff. My sister keeps watching all kinds of awful, inappropriate content, and my mom doesn't care. I'm the only person that's concerned about it, and my mom does jack shit about it. My mom's boyfriend constantly watches the news every f***ing day, and it just gives me so much anxiety considering all the major events that's been going on the last few years, and it just riddles me with so much fear, so much anxiety, you know. And that as well, all of the recent events that have been going on in the world throughout the 2020s, it's too much for me. And having GTA and Smash at least would be just like a small distraction to get away from everything. to just ignore everything awful going on in the world for just a few f***ing minutes. To get away from everything that I'm going through, to get away from all the awful stuff in the world, to get away from all of that. And I'm never getting it, because Sakurai sold his soul to Disney. I have been really depressed since the start of the 2020s, and I feel like not a single good thing has come out of it. My sister grows up with all kinds of just disgusting, gross stuff. Like, in the summer of 2022, someone showed her Roblox, and ever since then, she's grown a very unhealthy addiction to it, and she comes across so much inappropriate stuff, listens to inappropriate music. I try to turn it off, and my mom doesn't care at all. Watches all kinds of garbage content. She watches Sniper Wolf and whatever. Sniper Wolf is the most annoying f***ing person on the planet, I'm sorry. I try to show her normal stuff, I try to show her normal cartoons and whatnot. Nothing works. Nothing works at all. And with the whole thing going on lately that like Elsa Gate is back, all those like weird disturbing Frozen videos are back, except now this time it's Poppy, whatever that game is called, and Friday Night Funkin' and whatever. You know, and it makes me concerned. Like, I don't want my sister to watch that stuff. Like, I just don't, okay? I don't want her to watch like Gacha Life, please. So help me God if my sister ever gets into f***ing Gacha Life, okay? So help me God. This is the kind of stuff I have to deal with on a daily basis. All kinds of stress and anger and whatever from all of this. This whole like no GTA and Smash, it just, you know, all of this, like, it leaks into my personal stuff, you know. This GTA and Smash would act as like a sort of escape from all of this stuff, an escape from like all of my family issues and whatever, an escape from all of that. My sister growing up with all kinds of disgusting garbage, it would act as an escape from all of that. But no, I never got that. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. I'm sorry that this was a really long video, but I've been wanting to get this out of the way for a very long time. I would constantly have debates with myself about whether I should tell this to all of you or not, and I am so happy that I chose to make this public, because I feel like this will take a huge weight off my back by making this video. I promise y'all, after this video, we're gonna go back to more lighthearted, fun content, because, yeah, this video was a lot to take in. And I am seriously happy that I finally got it out of the way. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.